Go.
3, 2, 1. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bot Podcast.
Oh my god.
I am your host, Bryce, along with my co-host.
Guys, I'm leaving. I'll see you later.
I have successfully made this.
When he said that, I immediately was like, I don't know if you guys ever saw it, iCarly.
Yeah.
I was immediately thinking 3. I was like, dude, I'm getting fucking flashbacks right now. This is a Nickelodeon documentary all over again. Jesus Christ.
With a little less child abuse.
Yeah. Just a little. Just a little.
Slightly.
Yeah.
So,
Get over here, Tucker.
in case you haven't noticed, we're trying something a little different.
Yep.
And well, I guess you can't notice because I didn't get a piece of time, so we can't have our lovely camera up. We're in person! Hooray!
Woo.
Yay!
With our new
Wow.
co-host,
Yeah,
Bryce.
with our new co-host. I don't know why I said
Co-host,
co-host.
Bryce.
With our new co-host, Bryce.
Which will be here from now on unless he's like sick or dead.
Or fucking dies.
Or sleep.
Yeah, or asleep. Well, no, you don't sleep. That's the
Yeah.
problem. You don't.
Actually, I
No,
literally did.
he does sleep at work.
Okay, so the other day, I literally did have. So I was awake all night, and then I slept like an hour from like 11:30 to 12:30. Went to work at 1. Slept again on my lunch break at like 6:30.
Dude, Monday when I was in, I swear to God, every time I walked past the break room, you were in there just. I was like, this guy.
Dude, we were playing Destiny, and you haven't played that either.
I don't play Destiny.
So there's raids in there, and Destiny raids aren't that long compared to probably like WoW raids, but like it took us forever to get it done.
We didn't get it.
And it was like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I was sick at the time. I'm dying. I'm like, dude, I need to go to bed. Like, I do not feel good. I didn't wake up the next day. Luckily, my wife let me sleep in. I didn't wake up until 11. I woke up and was like, what time is it? You know, what's going
What the
on?
fuck is happening?
And I was sick that whole day. Couldn't even move. And then Sunday or Monday, I was like, I can't go to work. I just need to. I slept Sunday. I woke up at like 11, ate something, went back to bed at 1, didn't wake up until like 5 or 6,
God
woke
damn.
up 8, went back to bed until like
Oh my God.
until 11 the next morning, or not 11 the next morning. It was a little sooner than that, but I was like, I'm calling in again. I'm like, I can't fucking do this.
Dude.
I
Must
was
be nice.
dead.
Yeah, that's crazy. I haven't done that, but I mean, I've been sick before. I was like, yeah, I'll take the point.
Dude,
I wanted to.
that's pretty much what I did. I
Hey.
took the point, but
So right after we streamed Helldivers,
Mhm.
I went to bed for like 6 hours, like 1:30, right? I woke up at like 7:30 because I had to drop my car off
Mhm.
to get it repaired, and then I come home at like 12:30, and then I go to bed basically, and then I woke up for like maybe like 20 minutes maybe. Because Karina called me, but right after that I went back to bed and I didn't get up to like 6.
Jesus Christ. Dude, I've been having this problem going to school. So, obviously, I have my early morning PT I go to.
Huh.
And then I get home, and then I've been doing this thing where I take naps after I
Yeah.
make food. Like,
Right.
alright, well, I got like 4 hours, I can take like a 2-hour nap maybe, and then get up to do some stuff before class. No, what actually happens is I go to bed, and then I wake up 10 minutes before I need to be at class.
yeah.
But the problem is now, I'm so used to taking naps that it's just coming into habit. Where I will get home and it's like, alright, well, I guess I'm getting nothing done in the next 4 hours because I'm going to go to bed and wake up with 10 minutes to get up to class.
Yeah, see, I don't like naps unless I'm like feeling bad. But if I take a nap, I can wake up easily if my phone's next to me and if I vibrate loudest sound, I'll set it next to my ear, which is bad because it can burn the shit out of you. But I'll wake up. And I only set my alarm for 30 minutes, so my brain's not fully asleep yet. And I'm pissed when I wake up. But
Oh yeah, it's irritating.
if I'm taking a nap, that's what I'd rather do because I'll get lost sometimes. Like my wife would take a nap, for fucking 18 hours.
Jesus.
She went to sleep. She was, I'm gonna go take a nap.
Sounds like me.
And she went to sleep.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, she went to sleep for a whole day, and she woke up. She goes, "You didn't wake me up." I was like, "No, I didn't know I needed to fucking wake you up." And then she was like, "How long was I asleep for?" I'm like 6 o'clock yesterday or so.
Oh my
She
god.
goes, "What time is it?" I'm like, "It's like 2 in the morning," and she went back to sleep. And then got up that next day and went to work. Like she will, if there's no noises, perfect scenario, like the weather in our house, she's out for hours. Yeah, we have someone trying to sneak in. She's trying to unlock the door.
The people
It's
without,
a cat burglar right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Get it? It's a fucking cat.
My cat likes to. If I'm in the bathroom, I'll be sitting in the bathroom, and then I'll have like clothes on the floor. She would just start grabbing the clothes. I'm like, Stevie, stop! And I'll take them, and you see her. Meow, and I'm like,
Give me your fucking clothes.
yeah, and I'll give her my hand, and she'll like grab it, and then start yanking, trying to yank my hand. And I'm like, no. But yeah,
There's been a couple times where I've shown up to work on like no sleep, like because I'm trying to think what it was. Back whenever I was in high school, we had marching band competitions on Saturday, and there'd be a few times where we didn't get home till like midnight or like 1 a.m.
and
So-
you just want to go to sleep.
Well, I get home and I try to go to sleep, and then I had things I had to do before going to work. So I'd be up at like 7 to do those things, to get home from those, eat some lunch, and then go to work.
Yeah.
So I just show up to work just like, the bags under the eyes, just ready to die, and then it's like, 2 truck day, get in there. It's like,
Oh, dude,
alright.
kill me.
So, what instrument you play in marching band?
What?
What instrument you play in marching band?
Trumpet.
Same.
Yeah, so you got that fat ego too. Let's go.
Yeah.
No, not even bad ego. It's just, you just know that, like, compared to other instruments,
You just
it's
better.
like it's the less worse. Like, percussionist, lame.
Oh my god.
They're probably gonna go somewhere with their percussion, but like still, like
They're probably gonna go somewhere with their percussion.
I played the
they're
triangle.
like if they could like join a band or some shit like.
I did the triangle. That was about it.
Sure you did.
Filthy
bud.
percussion.
Sure
I
you
did
bud.
once in school. I did pass my piano class, which we either had guitar or piano, and I passed with my friends because there wasn't enough pianos, so I had to share one. And the teacher's like, "Do you guys want to do it as a group, or do you guys want to do it as one?" We're like, "Oh, group." So we're all doing it, and I'm just like, not even playing. Passed. I had missed.
Easy dub.
Yeah, there was only like
Motherfucker, don't miss.
Yeah.
We take those.
out of like 30 kids, I'm pretty sure there was only like 4 of us that didn't get straight A's in that class. But I wasn't one of them, I'll tell you that much.
What parts did you play during marching band?
Trumpet 1, trumpet 2. Like
Nice.
mostly.
I was gonna say I played trumpet 1.
I was-
during marching band.
I was like,
That shit was great.
so I was either like, because we split up our marching band because we had a lot of our band into like bigger people, like like the honor kind of people, and like who are really good, and then like the non-honor, and either
Yeah.
I was like middle of the honor, low of honor, or very top of the basic one. It's like,
See, I had the problem where like during marching band and stuff, I'd be on first just because I had the range to be able to do it. But when it came to concert and symphonic band, because we had both of those. Symphonic band was the better band. Reality, it wasn't because none of us were good anyway. But it could be considered the better band. But in that one, I fighted over first and second part for whatever we played, just because I had the range. I just didn't have the technical skills. So when it came to like, he's like, all right, so for your audition, I want you to do like your octaves up and down, your chromatic scale, and then a couple other stuff. I was like, all right, yeah. I fucked it up so bad. Just because, like, I could play high. I had the range for it. I just never fucking practiced. So I was...
bro, I love like practicing before your fucking your placement test, whatever. To see which one you get. You're like, oh shit, what was that scale again?
Dude, yeah. Oh my gosh, I get so angry at myself whenever we would make the video auditions. Like, I have videos on my phone. I would spend hours making 15-second videos because I'd fuck up at the 15-second mark and then I just cut it and do it again. So by the first one was like, yeah, Tucker Balch, great, whatever. This is my audition, and then we're on the 207th, and I'm like, this is Tucker. Doing my audition. I play one bit, I'd be like, shut up, bitch.
You guys had the audition?
Yeah.
For
Yeah, so you get, well, how it worked for me was you get called in one by one to do, you would sign up basically, and whenever it was your time to go, you would just go into the room and they would listen to you and you would play your whatever segment you had to do.
Did you go to school here?
No, I went to Troy.
Oh, so you probably know them. There was a kid named JJ. He was
Yeah,
the wrestling
I know
coach's son. He worked with me. He was one of my guys that was underneath me at Price Jobbers.
I do, yeah, I saw him there with a cash register.
Yeah, he would tell me how he would, he always would do all this stuff. He worked in Springfield for a while, then he's down. He quit because they weren't paying enough money. But he was talking about how he was going on a cruise for that and all that other stuff.
Mm.
I was like, Jesus Christ. He's going on a cruise to play his, I don't know what he played. It was jazz, so I don't know what that means, if that is a specific thing. It was
Not really.
Saxophone
maybe?
Yeah.
A what?
Saxophone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he played that, and he did that at Springfield College, and he graduated somewhere else.
Hell yeah.
And I think he did the cruise. He just did a show not that long ago. It was just him.
Nice.
Playing it, so. But I learned more than what I wanted to learn about saxophones, jazz, and this school than I wanted to.
Yeah.
Just from him.
I never did. So here's the deal. I never did jazz. Oh, thank you for telling me that. I'm not gonna do it. Goodbye. Too many notifications on my phone. I never did jazz all the way through public school. I was offered the chance. I never took up on it because I never wanted to have a solo because I hated playing by myself type of deal. Never took a solo at all through school. Ever. Never once took a solo. But my senior year, I was taking some sort of design class where literally all we were doing is building 3D houses, and I can't remember what software we were using. And I fucking hated the class. So I was like, alright. No, it wasn't CAD. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what it was. But I was like, alright, well, I'm dropping this. Fuck it. I'll take jazz. We'll see what happens. Not only did every other motherfucking trumpet in our section decide to fucking do that the same semester, I also got stuck playing solo, so I dropped a week after I took the class. I was in there for 1 week. And again, literally the first week, every other motherfucking trumpet in that school decided to take jazz because there were 20 of us. Yeah, there's supposed to be 5 for how big we were, if that. He also told me that I'd end up having to do a solo during our performance night. He's like, yep, you're going to have to do a solo. And then he forced me to take one in the middle of the class. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I dropped that too. So just my last semester of high school, I just didn't have a 7th hour. And it was the best time of my life.
My friend, he somehow managed to get all of his stuff done before his senior year. So his senior year, he did woodshop for 3 classes in a row.
Jesus.
The whole entire year.
Oh
the other classes, he was a teacher's aide, and then he had English and which was for our senior project, and then we had speech class, which was for our senior project. So we just had to stand up and do a presentation for everyone about our stuff. Because that's the class I told the teacher that my parents died in a fire, so I didn't have to do my work. Yeah, she believed me too. She said, "Do you have pictures?" I was like, I lost them when we had a fire when I was little. She's like, "Oh, you had a fire?" And I was like, "Sure, here recently?" I'm like, "No, when I was little, that's how I lost my parents." And in front of the whole class, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You don't have to do this. You can sit down." I was like, "Thanks." And my friends are looking at me like, "Why the fuck would you tell her that?" And I'm like, "I'm not doing this fucking thing." And then, almost 2 months before it got done, because this senior project, you start from the very beginning of the year to the very end.
Mm.
And if you fail it, from my understanding, you have to redo your senior English class. It's 99. It's like 90% of your grade.
Oh my god.
Because that's all you do.
Yeah.
The only other thing we did was we read Hamlet, and Old English, and then in New English, and then had to watch 2 movies about it, which were one of them was fucking dreadful because it was so old. The acting was just fucking terrible.
Romeo.
Yeah, and like you have to make something. That's when I made it a modded controller and talked about games don't kill people, all that stuff.
Games don't kill
Yeah,
people.
Look where you're at
now. Yeah. But
well, unless you're a certain person we know, it might.
Oh yeah. We had to do a senior project on that, and in speech class, you had to go up and do a PowerPoint, and then you had to talk about yourself, and just pretty much get ready for your senior project. Because in your senior project, it's like an after-school thing. There, you show up to one of the rooms, you talk in front of a bunch of teachers about your project, what you did. There's people that were like making water bottles, turning water bottles, melting them down, all this other stuff, recycling them to remake for shoes for kids in like Africa and shit like that. Some person made a fucking whole charity organization that's still going on. There's multiple of that stuff.
Crazy.
And I'm over here like, I got a modded controller. And they're like, well, how does that help you with the game? I'm like, I don't rage and I don't want to fucking die. So, but it was because
But my parents died in a fire.
Yeah,
So.
well, I eventually came clean for that, and they asked me why, and I was like, because I don't want to pay for the stuff to make you have to make a, like at the end of the year before your senior project, I think the day before, you have to make like one of those huge pieces of paper, white ones, and you have to put all your stuff on it, and people walk through the class, through the whole
like
town.
a display board?
Yeah, and everyone's standing there, and I'm standing there. I fucking hate this. And you have to make something or do something. And I was like, what am I going to do with game violence? Like, what would I make or what would I do for that? So I'm like, I had a modded controller already that I was using for Call of Duty. And I just took it and put it in. I could have just brung that one. For some reason, I got to put it in a new case and say I made it. And I put it in a new case, completely broke it, brung it to school. And they're like, isn't that illegal? I'm like, depends on who you ask. I'm like, I don't think so. They're like, you didn't check? I was like, no. But
I love the violence portion you're talking about. It's like, yeah, I'm just against game violence. This motherfucker so went home and started raging on the game.
Oh,
as soon as he got
100%. No, my thing was about like how video games do not cause violence.
Well, that's a fucking lie.
They're not the reason why people are going in and shooting up schools. That's what my thing was.
Oh.
And
because I was gonna say,
it was
you totally have gotten on.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy stories.
But it was about like because at the time there wasn't as many school shootings. Like they weren't like my senior year. During my senior year, they just started to pick up. Because
the fad started to...
Yeah, it's like it was a fucking trend or something. Because every other week, our
New
teacher
high
was
school
like...
every week.
Yeah. And so, that was a perfect time for me to bring that up.
And look at where we are now.
Yeah, and I think it was in whatever the gun places, like the Organization for Gun Violence, or Guns. NRA?
PCA.
It's one of those.
PCA.
Anyway, they said they blamed like 5 games. It was like the original Mortal Kombat, Grand Theft Auto like 4 at the time, and these other games.
It was probably 5, let's be honest.
Yeah.
That game's been around for...
At that time, it wasn't, because
It was coming. It was recent.
Well, my senior year is right when GTA 5 came out.
Yeah.
So, which was 11 years ago. Or 10 years ago. This is my 10-year...
You're dating yourself, stop.
Yeah, this is my 10-year anniversary. But, they brought all this stuff, and they were like, oh, guns don't walk up and kill people. And I use the same thing. I'm like, neither does a fucking game, so why are you blaming... It's the same concept.
Yeah.
And that was my whole thing. It upset a lot of fucking people when they came in. They're like... They would walk in, and they're like, this is exactly why I don't let my kids play the game. I'm like, You did not even read what the fuck I posted on this board, did you? But I ended up getting like.
I played the game. Look at me. I came out fine.
You also had to write a folder. You have to do a folder, and have to have it's I think it was around 300 pages front and back you had to do throughout the year, and then it had to be with just like writing, and then you had to have I think it was 10 pages of pictures of projects, and then you had to have 2 pages front and back of like sources and all this other stuff. And you had to make your own. You had to make your own binder for some fucking reason.
Oh my god, dude!
It was like, it was super chill, but it was such a stressful. Because if you missed a day for that class, it was a pain in the ass. And my senior year, I could not do what you did, where you got to pick and choose. I had to redo health class.
I got to pick and choose all the way through public school.
Nah,
like,
I wasn't allowed.
There were some of the classes I was picking that were required classes per se, but
Yeah.
like, each semester, like I was building my schedule. I literally, I was taking all my classes because at the time I was actually planning on going in to be an animal vet after I graduated.
You seem like you'd be an animal vet.
Well, that's what I wanted.
Well, you
to do.
could just say vet. I don't know why.
Well, because I say vet, and people are like, "Oh, he's going in the military."
Yeah, veteran.
No, I'm gonna be an animal veterinarian.
Well,
And they're like, well, to be a veteran, you like need to do this. I'm like, bitch, did you not hear what the fuck I just said?
That's why I said vet and not
Yeah. So
join the military.
anytime I say that, I'm like, yeah, animal vet, just so we're all on the same page. But anyways, yes, I was planning on doing that when I graduated, and then like the last 2 years of high school, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna change around every single fucking thing I'm doing, and I'm gonna do this instead.
That's what I did
But
like the last
in that process, there was classes I was taking. Oh my god, ag science. I took that class, and its description. So the reason I was taking ag science, let me back up, is that there is an actual like veterinary course that we have at the high school.
Mm-hmm.
It was, but to take that course, you needed to have ag science 1 and 2. So I was gonna take ag science 1 and 2 my freshman and sophomore year, and then my junior year take the veterinary science. The problem with that is that the ag classes are so built into the FFA program that like 90% of what we were doing was just FFA shit. So for 2 whole years, I did a bunch of bullshit that I did not want to do for a program I was not a part of because I refused to join the FFA program no matter how hard.
What's wrong with FFA?
There's nothing wrong with it. I just want no fucking part of it. I'm in the class for the animal portion, and 90% of what we did in that fucking class, he was just like, all right, FFA. And I'm like, bitch, I'm here to learn about animal too.
Yeah,
and we talked about cows for like a week. And then other than that, it was FFA shit. And then you know what? After those 2 years of taking those fucking classes, the semester I was supposed to take veterinary science, I switched on my course. I didn't fucking take the class.
I was in veterinary. I was not veterinary. I was in FFA for 2 years.
Dude, hate the program.
Well,
don't want anything.
I did it for welding. And I do owe them Somersville. You know how you sell the FFA sells stuff? They like sell jerky. Yeah, I sold like $300 worth of jerky and stuff. Well, no one wanted to pay for it. Everyone was like, "Oh, we don't want it now." Like after I already got it, so I just took it home and I never paid for it. I was like, "Yeah."
You guys heard it here first. Make sure.
I haven't been in that school in over 12 years, so.
They got your name on a list somewhere. They're like.
Did you do anything, Bryce? Did you do any clubs or anything?
Yeah, so I thought that I wanted to go into like virology or like something with like gene editing and shit with like CRISPR. And then like my last semester of high school, I was like, all right, I'm in medical interventions class, which is basically like how do you prevent or like how do you like what different medical interventions do you use to like figure out XYZ, like say like there's an infection of like fucking I don't know the flu. Who's like patient 0? Who's patient like how did this spread? How can we minimize?
Like a COVID situation.
Not necessarily, but kind of. And for one of those, it was like it wanted us to build a prosthetic arm because one of our like patient things were like they got injured and they lost an arm
Yeah.
or whatever. So most people made it out of like paper that you, like attached to strings, and you just like tug on the strings and it would do that, you know, it would clench.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually,
Oh, no.
I was also a part of like the robotics like shit. So I was like,
all out.
I took some of the materials in the robotics with I forget what they used. It was like it wasn't. I don't know. It was some like high school level like programming and robot shit. And I just basically made a button that clenched like a clamp, I guess, and then the motor turned and it closed the arm. Another motor turned and it opened the arm.
Yeah.
And like when I was doing that, I had a code though. You know, like well, when you press this button, or like if you press this button, motor go that way. And I was like, oh shit, this thing's kind of fun. And then here I go into college, go into fucking like comp sci major. what I thought was gonna be, you know, me going into like you know, more like a biologic kind of thing. I don't know.
I thought I was gonna go the biological route too, if I'm gonna be honest. I really enjoyed those classes
I
through
did
high
too.
school. But
Like I loved anatomy and I loved all that shit.
yeah. I'm trying to remember what I took through high school. I took
Like-
Bio 1, Bio 2.
There was
I took chemistry. Fucking hated chemistry. Absolutely hated it. And then getting to college, I hated it worse because the professor was an ass and didn't know how to teach it to save her life.
I was in special ed, so they refused to fucking they refused to even let me attempt to learn any of that. Like
Really?
they put me in my class, and I'm literally with kids who are banging their fucking heads on the table, like it was fucking ridiculous. Like there was one kid in a different class, so I had a movie class. It was movie history. It was film history.
yeah.
And so we had to read about a film and then watch the movie and see the differences and talk about have a conversation about why they did that and what would you do differently, what scenes would you add, what you would take out, would you have the actor look this way or do you think the actor is fine for this part? And they scrapped the reading part. Like, you guys can just watch movies. And I was like, sweet. Well, there was a kid behind me. His name was, I don't remember. It's not important. But he was behind me. And, well, I came in one day. My friend's sitting there. And he takes my seat. So I'm like, no. So I move the chair behind him and push him back. Push my chair where he was. Because it's like the desk with the arms. And he goes, no. And he's like, I'm going to stab you. And I'm like, you ain't doing shit. And I just turn around and I'm like, how about you just sit back farther? And I push his desk farther. And he starts headbutting the desk. And I'm like, dude, relax. And he gets out, I'm tired, and flips his chair, goes up to the door, and the teacher's like, where are you going? He was like, I'm going to whatever the teacher's name was, which was like where the like kids who have like really bad issues, like I think there was a couple Down syndrome kids. There was another kid who was like could not understand, like they were truly needed help, and they were in a different building, like a house they had. And he's like, I'm going over there. He would go over there like sometimes. He didn't really need to be there, but he would go over there. And he was like, no, sit down. And he's like, just headbutting the fucking the door. Well, the door hit back because it's a thick ass door. Because they replaced all our doors during that year, because my senior year, because of the shootings.
Yeah.
So they replaced them, and they were wooden looking, but they were heavy duty metal. That all you had to do is like when you locked it, you pushed it sideways, and it would like bolt lock it. And he took 2 steps back, and he's like starts sitting down slowly, starts looking at the door, and he's like, "Fuck you!" And to the door, and the teacher's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm fine," and he like starts to get up, and he starts to like almost fall because pretty sure he gave himself a fucking concussion.
Yeah, probably.
But the teacher didn't even ask him about it. Sent him to a different class. My next class, which was my actual special ed class, I only had it for two classes, which were the major ones that you guys were like talking about, like the biology, like stuff like that. And I sat down, and he goes, "Oh, it's you." He goes,
Oh god.
and he starts getting mad, and my teacher's like, "You need to calm down." I'm like, he was just freaking out in the last class. And he goes, "I wasn't freaking out." Starts headbutting the desk again and the wall behind him, and starts bleeding on the front of his head and the back.
Jesus
Like
Christ.
blood.
Jesus
And he
Christ.
just goes, "I will beat your ass." I'm like, "Dude, you're about to get fucked up even more. You need to relax." And my other teacher, who's supposed to be helping me in this class, is just sleeping. So I'm just sitting there, and then the other one leaves to go get a teacher, and he gets up and he's like, "I could kill you with this pencil." I'm like, "I'm about to fuck you up if you don't back off, dude." And the other kids, one of them is terrified. This is her first day. And she's freaking out. She has a sensory issue, and she has like anxiety with people. So
I don't think this helps.
Yeah, she was in the corner like going like this, and she was rocking herself. And the other kid was just standing there, and I think he was deaf, but he just stood there with wide eyes, not even looking at him, just looking at the board. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck am I like? I'm like, how the fuck did I get here in my life where I'm in this class? Like, what am I here for?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was.
Oh my god.
He's also best friends with this someone we had at school, who admitted to having sex with a sheep or goat, and I'm gonna call him the goat fucker. And
so transitioning off of
it was bad.
fucking topic, god damn.
I wanted to say before we got onto this topic, the only reason why I didn't go to biology is because I didn't want to get infected by fucking diseases.
The reason I didn't go into biology is because I didn't understand what the fuck any of the words meant anymore. And high school was fun. High school biology, that was the shit. My teacher, we did one of those where she gave us all a petri dish and basically and some cotton swabs.
Yeah.
But she let us go anywhere in the school.
Oh no.
Dude, I went straight to the band room and started swabbing the ground, the walls, the ceiling. That was a fucking mistake.
Yeah, no, you don't do that.
My petri dish was growing like the bubonic plague in that bitch, bro.
I bet.
We popped them up and everybody's like, "Oh, cool, I got some touch." No, mine was like fucking full. It was like, dude, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's like fucking like World War fucking 52 and that fucking petri dish.
Dude, that petri dish needed to be incinerated. It was bad. But biology, yeah, that was really fun in high school. But I was looking at the programs in college, and I just.
I just got reminded, in that same medical intervention class, there was a test that we had where it's like certain people can taste or not taste a certain chemical. Did I bring that thing in to work? I don't know if I brought those into work.
Well, I know there's a thing that's like.
It was.
It's like I don't know if it's a fruit or it's a seasoning or something, or there's like a certain thing that like when people eat it, their taste for it is like they just can't handle it. It's so bad, and people think it's like disgusting. Or some people are like, this tastes perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what it. I think it might be a fruit.
I was gonna say, is it a fruit?
Oh, excuse me.
Nice.
But I know some people like they just can't handle it.
Mm.
I think it might be vanilla or.
Yeah, PTC paper. That's what it is. So either you can taste it or you can't taste it, and if you can taste it, it's like it's a bitter taste. It's like it's not that good. It's like ugh. But some people, one of my friends, Alex, she couldn't taste it, but I could taste it, and I was like, she's like, what? It just tastes like paper. Because I mean, they're
Bryce is over here dying like, what the fuck is going on?
And I'm like, well, the fun thing was like you centrifuge your cells and stuff, and you extract your like DNA too in that class. It was really fun. Just watching the DNA separate through the
Secretly, they just wanted to clone everyone that was in there.
Dude, we did a dissection on the grasshoppers from California.
Oh,
Bro,
the big ones?
The bitches are the size of my head, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, they're scary. They
we
were dead, but like if I go to California and one of those flew at me, I will die. Like,
oh, dude, I've
been
to California. I was at the desert there for Army base with my uncle. in the middle of the desert, an army base, right? You would think there's probably nothing but like scorpions. When you shut the lights off for this whole town, nothing but these California roaches were everywhere.
Nope. I'd rather die.
It was.
I'd rather die.
We're trying to bring the high divers to California.
We're
going.
We went there.
Scorched earth.
Democracy.
I was outside.
Democracy has no room for insects.
We were pushing my my aunt was pushing her baby stroller at the time because it was just.
Dude, got like creeps coming on.
Yeah, she had 2 kids at the
Oh my
time.
God.
She was pregnant with another one, and she was pushing the stroller that had the 2 of them in there. And I was walking with her, and I'm like, "What is going on?" She goes, "Oh yeah, roaches." And I remember that because I lived like almost all my houses I lived in had roaches.
Yeah.
Very poor. All my houses had roaches. And I noticed, I'm like, these are roaches. Why are they so big? This is the first time I've ever seen it. I'm like, the only time I've ever seen a California roach, or like just a roach that size, was the first Men in Black movie.
Mm.
And I was like, these things will kill me.
Yeah. Dude.
And we're literally running them over, and all you hear is crunching. I'm stepping on them. I start freaking out. My aunt's like, okay, we need to go inside. And I'm like, that's what you guys have to worry about here? And she tells me, oh, that and fucking spiders. Like, massive desert California spiders. They're huge. My uncle on a base, he got demoted and they gave him back his rank, or he got deranked and ranked back up. But he shot, if you look them up, they're called desert spiders. Or camel spiders.
Dude,
camel
you
spiders.
told me to do that.
Yeah.
Hell no.
He shot
Hell
one
no, I
because
would do
one
the
came
same
close to
thing.
him, and he's deadly afraid of spiders.
Mm-hmm.
And he came around and he said, "I'm," boom, shot it, and it was dead. And it was on base, and you can't. It's a huge no-no. But he's like, "I'm not letting that fucking thing get close to me." You can't even. You pull your shoe out, and that thing's bigger than your fucking foot.
Mm-hmm.
And he picked it up,
Hell
or not? He
no.
didn't pick it up. One of his friends picked it up, or maybe, I don't know if it was his friend or not, but they picked it up, and it's like touching the ground with his legs all the way out.
Nope.
And I was like, it's like a
No,
daddy long
thank
leg on
you.
crack or something.
No, thank you. Dude, the roaches though you were talking about, have you seen flying roaches? Those things are
yeah.
terrifying. I saw a video of a dude that was just taking a video of a roach, and then you just see its wings come out, and I was like, that thing wouldn't get to me because I killed myself before that thing got to me. I would be dead before that thing. I'd be like, oh no!
I tripped on my sword.
Dude,
Oh no!
I hate bugs. I
don't like
despise
bugs
them with a
either.
burning passion.
Bro, Mimic's such a good movie. It's about fucking. Okay, you can go, and then I'm talking about.
You can go. You go.
Okay, so. Have any of you seen the movie Mimic?
No.
There's like 3 movies of it.
Never seen it.
But okay, so basically the premise is that children there's a disease that is affecting children that is causing high rates of like child mortality, and so the scientists figured out a cure to it by breeding a certain type of insect that has and using some part of the insect to create a cure so that people don't die. Well, it's all fine and dandy, but years go by, like multiple generations, and these insects that were genetically tampered with, they like make their ways into the sewers, and they're just chilling there for like years, like decades, and they eventually like grow to be the size of like a human, and it's called mimic because they mimic the voice, and they can also like wear like the faces of.
I just looked it up, and there was apparently a game of Mimic too.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
like.
what do they look like?
I'll look at it real quick, but they're like. It's really fun.
Dude, they're gross looking. I don't want to see them.
They're pretty fucking gross looking. Well,
Did anybody else, when you guys were younger, like if you had a
That's-
spooky image of something?
like them, I guess, in like the egg form or something.
Yeah. But like when you guys were younger, if you had like a
Yes.
spooky image or something that you were looking at, did you ever like just start
Yeah.
slowly looking at it, like squint your eyes and be like,
I would just cover my face
Edition.
and give it a look and look away.
ew.
I
can't see
hated
this
it once.
on now, but
I hated it once because I had a picture like that on my phone, and my phone like shut off, and I had to turn it back on. I'm like,
dude,
Dude,
anytime that I'm
there's-
like scrolling through like Instagram or some shit or like TikTok, I see fucking spiders. I'm like, I literally just fucking drop my phone.
Yeah.
Like that shit goes flying.
Dude, there was one time when I was a kid, I was up late reading, I think it was Spiderwick,
Yeah.
and in the
Heard
one
of
I
that.
was reading,
I like
there was like art of what the creatures looked like. And it was late, like I'm talking like covers over my head, flashlight on underneath the cover type deal. And like I'm sitting there reading, and I turned the page, and it was like the bridge. It was like the bridge orc or something. Dude, that shit was so creepy as fuck. Like I saw that, and, like freaked the fuck out. Closed the book, and I was like, I'm gonna have a nightmare about this night. And lo and behold, I had a nightmare about it that night. I closed the book. I was like, dude, I'm going to have a nightmare about this. Lo and behold, I did.
So if we now came out, if they were like, hey, we want you to go to a different plane to fight these bugs, you'd be like, nah, fuck that.
If what came out?
Like if the world were like, we found another planet, but we need to kill bugs, like in Helldivers, would you go do it?
I'll fly so I can fly the fuck away after.
No, you have to be a trooper on the ground.
Dude.
That would be.
Yeah.
How much?
That-
It depends on how much they pay me too. Dude, that thing's fucking.
They would have to pay me.
Ew.
They would have to pay me in the $100 million range because
Dude.
there's at least my wife.
Yeah. Fucking.
That's gross. Get this shit out of here. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. It's like, it depends on also like. I don't know. There'd be a lot that come into play there because on one hand.
My cat is now
Interrupted by.
attempting to rip my carpet up.
On one hand, like, yes, lots of money, but also, like, dude, don't tell me you ain't just sending them there and you're just to die. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but, like, I would like to see my girlfriend tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I don't want to die, especially on a planet of fucking bugs.
Yeah, dude.
Especially if there's some chance that those bitches don't just kill you, they, like, infect you with eggs, and then you're just left there.
Like I said, if I was the one in the, like, flying the space A10 around,
Oh, yeah.
I'll do that, dude. I'll do that all
Unless
day.
you see one of those big guys come up and fucking smash ships.
Dude, that part I've always been confused about. Like in movies where you like see this slow ass monster and he just swats something out of the sky. It's like, why don't you just fly the other way?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why are you literally up his ass the entire time?
Yeah, you're not like you're packing fucking shotguns.
Yeah,
on the
you're
plane.
not packing a shotgun. The gun you're using can hit him from a mile away.
Yeah,
So why don't
easily.
you fly a mile away and
Yeah.
shoot him again?
Yeah, there's no reason for you to be that fucking close.
Yeah, you could see his butthole with how close you
Yeah,
fly.
unless it's like something that's like really fucking small, like a crab looking thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for you to be okay.
But 9 times out of 10 it's not. They're the size of the Empire State Building.
Yeah, that's true. But my cat is still trying to break in. She's trying to get this piece of tape that I haven't took off the carpet side. She's trying to get that. She's also upset that she's not in here.
Let her in.
No, she meows really loud.
I'm surprised she hasn't yet.
Nah, she usually does it outside the door. But yeah,
The paw like halfway under the
I
door
know.
is what's doing it.
she just. I love how moment of silence for the cat.
Moment of silence.
For Stevie.
Everyone's a moment of silence out of respect for the cat.
No.
Thank you for this moment of silence.
So we have Tucker text me so he doesn't like mess up anything while we're talking, and for some reason my thing went all the way up on your text, and it was that she's tweaking, and I was like, is that big of a deal that she's like messing with the thing? But no, it wasn't even about the cat.
No, it's not.
It was, I had to scroll all the way down. But
Alright, well, I think that's a good place to cut it off this
Yeah.
week.
first try. I'm also kind of dying right now.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
You're sitting cross-legged and everything.
Yeah.
Next week when we have the camera,
Yeah.
we'll be able to
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
So that
yeah.
means tune in next week. Should be some more doozies.
Yeah.
Who wants to close this out?
Well, I started it, so.
Yeah, you can close it out.
Yeah, you got it.
Shit. Okay. Well. How do I want to close this?
Well, I mean, just since you'll be on here now with us, just.
Well,
where
I would
can-
like to thank everyone for joining us. You know, thank you for picking me up, Chris. I know you didn't have to. I technically could have walked
This
here,
guy's cringy
but
as fuck.
Huh?
I said this guy's cringy as fuck.
Oh,
Hey,
Where did you get this guy?
off the street apparently.
Well, shit. Like Jeannie was when she was roasting him.
Oh my god.
Are you funny? You don't look funny.
Yeah, she
I'm like,
literally said you don't
damn.
look funny.
If we get Jeannie on,
Dude, we need to get Jeannie on. Next week, you need to invite Jeannie on.
not next
No.
week. It'll be a
No,
bit.
please.
I feel like when we have like a good setup going, and we have us three, because we eventually, if we can get like cameras on all three of us in an area, and then have like the guest over there, then one person right there, one person right there,
You need
and
to
then
get
the
a
guest.
table.
Yeah, a table would be nice. Then
All
we
right,
can-
Chris. I expect you to buy a table within the next week.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and just.
$300 minimum.
Yeah, well, technically I have a table just like that, but it's in the.
Like what?
Where's the table?
It's currently in my garage. I had that one that's circular in there, but the side's flattened, but it's really high. And the legs don't go down.
We'll
So,
figure something out.
yeah.
Anyways,
Thanks for what? I don't know, man. Like, just say
Thanks
something.
for listening. Go follow us on Spotify and YouTube. The links are in the description. Go follow Bryce on Twitch. His link will be in there. Tucker and me. Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram too. That's like our
Oh, yeah.
main source of communication that we're attempting to use at least. So bear with us.
We haven't posted anything in a while.
Yeah, we're working on it. It's a work in progress. It's
We have a new.
shit's
We
shit's
just hired.
busy.
We just hired a new editor.
yeah.
Bryce.
Shit's really just busy as fuck. But it's almost summertime. Almost getting a break. So that means time will open up and we will actually catch up on shit again. So stick around. Stick with us. We're working on it. All right. Bye.